This is the final portion of my tutorial for making wrap journal skirts, closures, and I just wanted to show you the results of the ones that I have completed for my Tea Soirée Journal Collection in particular. This one, I ended up adding another piece on from where I last showed you. I just found that it needed more bounce right in the middle. So I had this piece of lace that actually matches this vintage one here. It's amazing because this one is new and it's a little bit stiffer. This one is much softer, but they have the same edge, so it looks like it was an intended ruffle, which I love. So we have all these different layers here, and I've added the beautiful vintage brooch to the closure, front closure. So you can see all the different layers. Very sturdy, and that will stay put. You've got the support band, and then all the different layers of lace that I've used. So that's 5 different laces on that one. That's the finished product for this little darling. And then for this journal, I have added another piece as well. Remember when I was showing you last, I had just thought of putting the vintage pearl rope trim on top of the colored lace, but it was just too plain. So I found another collar that I added to the top. And so this one has about 4 layers. And I absolutely love it. It's just so very beautiful. So you've got 2 antique laces and then vintage lace. On this one, a beautiful piece of vintage jewelry. It's a particular brooch that I've added. The sari ribbon trim, the closure ties. And that's the back side or the inside of this skirt. And then the one that I was working on, I finished, and I had thought I wanted to keep it as a protege, which I still might do. No, prototype. Because I'm not all that happy with this, the quality of this pink sari ribbon. It just was so disappointing. But anyhow, I attached it. I could probably cut it off and put some other sari ribbon as the closure. So we've got our beautiful large collar, a piece of vintage lace there. This is the tambour lace, vintage ruffled lace, and then this gorgeous appliqué with the blingy bling on it. Love it. And the support band from the back side with the stitching, if you can see it. And I found what works best is probably if you attach the sari ribbons first on the back, and then you can still sew them securely up and down a couple of times, rather than wait until it's all completed and then add them. That's what I've learned. I've also determined that these large collars are magnificent. You could even use a large round doily, cut it in half, and then when you lay it down straight, it kind of, or even cut a curve out of it, and then when you bend it into place, it adds just the right amount of flounce, and I just love that. So this was the one that I was working on, and she is completed. But because I wanted to keep one as a prototype, I decided to make another one, which I kind of like even more. I used the better quality sari silk ribbon closure. Look at this one. How beautiful is this? I absolutely love it. These laces are vintage, modern, vintage, antique. And the beautiful vintage pearl rope trim. So gorgeous. I gathered it here because this piece was wider. Sorry about that. I had to pause. I had a bad coughing attack. In fact, I need to apologize for sniffling and everything through this video series. I have a bad cold, but I really wanted to record the process of making these as I was going along. So where I left off was I gathered this piece here because I used part of this collar and it was square. It's got these long ties, and as you can see, this is where I cut off the one that I used for here. And this piece came down further because it was longer. But as soon as I kind of pulled it up and gathered it, I went, ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. So that's what I did. I hand sewed it on and gathered it up, and then tucked the rope, pearl rope trim underneath the ruffle and added this beautiful vintage pin. Look at that. It's got the little miniature pearls and everything. Just so feminine. And I'm just thrilled. I really, really, really love this one. So this is number 6 that I've done. And this is the back side. I don't think I showed it yet. Got a little fuzz going on here. These things do generate a lot of fuzz, of course. So we've got some vintage lace here, the vintage lace support band, and then a couple of the ruffles. So we've got a ruffle piece and a ruffle piece, and then this beautiful antique lace. And that is the final one in this series. So I hope you like these. I hope you're inspired to try something yourself. I just made them very straightforward. They're very plain, very simple, because I had a lot to do, a lot to make, and I wanted to make them uniform. I tried to choose pieces that would be complementary to one another in the series as well. And that's what I came up with. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're inspired to try making some for yourself. Bye for now.